Hello and welcome back to the lesson. Our today's lesson is on listening to customers. Listening to customers. Now, listening to customers, candidates, is very critical in business. It can be a core competitive advantage. The ability to hear what your market is saying, both directly and indirectly, is a core competitive advantage. That is to mean it can give you an advantage over your competitors. And listening has three distinct levels. There is reactive, which means responding to what they say. Then there is proactive, meaning seeking out their thoughts. Then we have number 3, intuitive. That is to mean understanding to what they say. Okay? Understanding what they are saying. There are 3 distinct levels. In our today's lesson, we are going to study 3 aspects in relation to listening to customers. Right? One is the skill of active listening. The skill of active listening. Then we will analyze the channels for listening. Then number 3, barriers to effective listening. We are going to consider those 3 aspects of the lesson on listening to customers. First, we begin with the skill of listening. The skill of listening is more than just staying quiet while the customers are speaking. It's more than that. It is an engaged process that ensures that the customer feels seen. And in active listening, you must follow non-verbal cues. This is active listening. 1, we have verbal cues. Verbal cues. Now, verbal cues, we only talk of verbal cues when you are talking to customers physically, in physical meetings, or when the customers visit you at the shop, and so on. You need to pay attention to verbal cues. Verbal cues. You have to check their eye contact, nodding, and so on. So these are some of the things you go for. Then there is mirroring. That means repeating the customer's key concerns to show that you are understanding what they are saying. You can, for example, say, if I understand you correctly, the main issue is that the delivery didn't arrive before your shop opened at 9 a.m. If I'm getting you right, you can repeat that to find out if you understand what the customer is saying. Mirroring, repeating the customer's key concerns, show understanding. The customer may talk for a long period of time, but you need to pick the customer's key concerns and bring them out and ask the customer if that is the main issue. Then in active listening, you need to avoid the solution trap. Avoid the solution trap. Many staff listen only to find a gap where they can interrupt with a solution. When the customer is complaining, when the customer is giving you feedback, Don't interrupt the customer until they are through with what they are saying. Don't listen and wait for a moment to interrupt them with a solution. Through active listening, wait until the customer has fully vented their frustration or shared their idea. So avoid the solution trap. That is very important when it comes to active listening. Then let us discuss some of the channels for listening. Channels, 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 channels for listening. Channels for listening. Channels for listening. Right? Channels for listening. Yeah. This is where you listen, because where you listen is just as important as how you listen. Where you listen is just as important as how you listen. We have what we call direct or the ground. The first channel is the ground, right? This is the face-to-face feedback you get in shops, you get over the phone, you get when you visit the field, when you go to the field, when you visit the customers in the field. That information you get is what we are calling the ground, face-to-face. That is one channel for listening. Then there is social listening. Social listening. Social listening is also digital listening. That means monitoring the brand's mentions on TikTok, on Facebook groups, buyer beware groups in Kenya, and so on. On social media, you can listen to what people are saying about your brand on social media. That's another channel. Then you can listen to the data. This is silent. The data can also speak, like the M-Pesa transactions, the number of M-Pesa transactions. You can analyze M-Pesa transaction patterns. You can analyze website heat maps. You can analyze the unsubscribed rates. These are customers speaking with their actions. Data means customers speaking with their actions. They may not speak directly, but they are speaking silently by not subscribing. That is language, right? You analyze the M-Pesa patterns, the transaction patterns. That tells you a lot about your company. So these are three major channels for listening. If you want to listen to customers, go to the ground. Go to where they are, meet them face to face, make calls, receive their calls, get direct messages or feedback from the customers. Then there is social media listening, digital listening. Then we have data, can also speak. So these are three key channels for listening. And the last aspect of this lesson is on barriers. What are the barriers? What hinders listening, effective listening? Because candidates, even with the best intentions, businesses often fail to listen due to internal noise. Internal noise. You may have the best channels, you may have the best environment, but because of noise, being too focused on company targets, for example, and also company policies, can hinder you from listening to what the customer is saying. Being too focused on company targets and policies to hear customers' unique problem. When a customer is speaking, don't bother about the company policies. Get what the customer is talking about. Another barrier to effective listening to customers is defensiveness. Being defensive. Being too defensive. That means viewing a customer's feedback as an attack rather than an opportunity to improve. If you consider a customer's feedback as an attack, then you are not likely to listen to what the customer is telling you. Defensiveness. Then another cause is information overload. Information overload. Having too many feedback channels. You have feedback on email, feedback on WhatsApp, feedback on Instagram, feedback on Twitter, feedback on your website, feedback on SMSs, and so on. You have 10 phones where you've given out, customers are giving you feedback. So that can be a barrier to listening. If you have information overload, you have information all over without a central system to organize the information. Understand? Information overload. So it's important to move from listening to hearing. As you close, candidates, I need to mention it's important as you are listening to customers to move beyond just listening to hearing. Hearing implies action. If you listen to a complaint about, for example, slow website, but you don't fix the server, then the customer realizes you weren't actually listening. So that is all we can say, candidates, about listening to customers. It requires skill, the skill of active listening. You need to pay attention to verbal cues. You need to do mirroring. You avoid the solution trap. Use mirroring, avoid the solution trap. So that is the skill of active listening. And there is the channels for listening. The channels can be broadly categorized into two. We have direct channel, which is the ground when you make calls, when you talk to customers over the counter, when you visit them in the field or their shops, you can talk to them face to face. That is a direct channel. Then there is social or digital listening. Customers also talk a lot about the brand on social media platforms and so on. Then there is data. The data you have can also speak volumes. Then we have analyzed the barriers. Barriers to effective listening is internal noise, defensiveness, and also information overload. That's the end of today's lesson. Thank you for staying with us. We will meet in our next session where we continue sharing knowledge in marketing. Bye-bye.